Hey everybody, it's Robbie 06261095 here for more Metroid Prime. In the last part, we were on the space pirate frigate. We fought the Parasite Queen and we chased Ridley down to the Tallon IV, Tallon Overworld. And we also took some damage and we lost our abilities. We no longer have missiles and we no longer have Morph Ball. So, we must explore. Also, I was not going crazy. I was, in fact, remembering that the scan was left on the D-pad in the GameCube version. And I, in fact, kept that in this game. If you're using the original classic controls, the gyro puts it on the right side for some reason. I don't know why they did that, but I switched it back to classic, and I decided to actually get out my GameCube controller and play. Unfortunately, that means I can't hit to go into the regular menu, which the regular menu isn't really used too often in this game. So, fortunately, I will see how the playing with the game controller works out. Anyway, we have a new creature here, Tangleweed. It's a plant life with basic sentience. It tracks into ground if threatened. Tangleweeds are only dangerous to small organisms. They are covered in tiny barbs designed to trap potential meals. Tangleweeds lack the strength to do anything more than hinder large life forms. So yeah, even some of the fauna is scannable. There is there's a pickup in there. It's a missile expansion. Unfortunately, since we do not have the Morph Ball, we cannot get said missile expansion. So we'll have to wander around elsewhere. There is a certain door, I think it's up there somewhere, that you can do a sort of glitch. I don't know if it's in the remastered version, or if they took that out, but I think it's that door up there that you can get to get the early space jump. I'm not going to be doing any sort of sequence breaking. I'm just going to be doing legit play here. And since we don't have said space jump, we are limited to a single jump. Oh, and I fell down. Oh man, I love the music in this game. Did they reorchestrate it for the remaster? I don't remember. I probably should look that up at some point. And I know they made this with the controls and everything. They made that all beautiful and everything. You know, switching to the GameCube controller, I noticed instantly the difference of my controls. It definitely feels much more familiar. Here we got a new creature here popping out of the ground. It's a beetle, burrowing insect with a resilient carapace. Extremely aggressive, the insect's massive mouth enables it to tunnel through solid rock at high speeds. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly, and they attack anything that moves near their lair. And we do not have our charge beam, so we are forced to just do our single pew pew at them. But yeah. Oh man, this is I love just taking in the music of the Tallon Overworld. It's a small iridescent mushroom, typically grows in dank, dark regions. Ah yes, how dank of it. I like to usually explore around with the scan visor on, learn about some of the flora and fauna. Guide stem, bioluminescent weed, very cool, very awesome. Now, one thing I do know that they kind of messed up a bit in this version is that the glowing of the door is a little bit too strong, and it overpowers the actual design of the door, which the actual designer of the door kind of was, he actually made a tweet about that, a post on X. Anyway, you have a new creature here. It's the sap sac. It's a chemical reaction within sac, produces a violent explosion when agitated. Because of its irresistible odor and sweet nectar, the sap sac was nearly eaten out of existence. The evolution of an explosive chemical sac saved it. Now only braver indigenous creatures dare to devour it. Yep, case in point, if you shoot it a bunch, it explodes. Creature up there walking around, that is in fact the zoomer that we saw in captivity on the frigate. Anchors itself to walls and other surfaces, avoid contact with spikes. Basic nerve center located directly above the zoomer's mandibles detects nutrients. Sharp spines protected from casual predators, but the lack of reinforced carapace makes the zoomer vulnerable to any indirect attacks. And the word carapace shows up a lot in these in this early scans. I guess because we've got, you're dealing with the beetles and bugs and stuff. Anyway, here's another one. This is the Geemer. Zoomers and Geemers, definitely two classic Metroid enemies, wall-crawling mollusks with retractable spikes. Geemer is an evolutionary offshoot of the Zoomer family. When threatened, it extends lethal spikes and reaches head deep into its armored carapace. There's the word carapace again. There you go. Yes, we do have the ability to shoot and kill those guys, so there's that. There's a door lower down there. See, these guys, though, we cannot kill. They just, when you shoot them, they extend their spikes, and we can't do anything about them at this point. Also, there is in the settings, I discovered, you can make it so that the Z button opens up the map. Unfortunately, that does not make it so that the start button opens up the pause menu. It also opens up the map, so I don't really understand the purpose of changing that, other than the fact that my muscle memory will have me tapping Z to open up the map. But I already feel that me playing with the GameCube controller is definitely giving me back my muscle memory. There's some lichen gold giving off low levels of radiation. And apparently there's no match for it in the databank. Interesting. Our databank is incomplete. So we've got a lower down door and a higher up door. Since I jumped up all this way, I might as well take the higher up door, see if it... Water there was a little bit of a low frame rate there for a second, I thought, but it looks better now. Oh man, look at the birds and everything flying up ahead. It's so cool. I love the atmosphere of Tallon Overworld. The music just adds to it as well. There's a new enemy there. Oop, that's the sapsack. There we go. New creature. It's the blood flower, able to eject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself. 3 mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster and the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity. Need to slow down and actually do some reading there. Actually, there's a scan back there that we can read. I can actually kill this guy at the moment. I don't think I can. No, wait, I can. Yes, that's right. The poison is, like the scan said, the poison is bad for them also, so if you shoot it back at them, they will certainly die. Anyway, this is also a missable scan here. Research entry here. A blast shield on the door blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to beam weapons. Explosive weapons may damage it. So yeah, this is a missile cover. We cannot open it currently since we do not have our missiles. But that is a scan that is missable because if you destroy them all, there will be no more in the game. They don't respawn or anything, so you can no longer scan them if you shoot them all with your missiles. So I'd best just take care of it, get it early. It's kind of like the map stations where if you get them all, if you use them all, they are gone. So yeah, got some more beetles going here. Take them out with some few shots. Yeah, I think switching to the GameCube controller was the right choice for getting me back acquainted with the game. For some reason, when I was using the Switch Pro controller, I kept constantly wanting to try and treat it like a dual-stick game, which, I mean, there is a settings option to play it that way, but I much prefer playing it traditionally with the regular style controls, like I learned it on the GameCube. Access to Chozo Ruins West granted. And yes, you can scan the holograms if you so choose. There's not really any point to doing so. Just a little flavor text. Anyway, these elevators, another way that the GameCube version masked loading, and I'm sure the Switch version is no different. So these elevator scenes will take much less time than they did in the GameCube version. Now that we are here, we shall go ahead and explore incoming scan data. Interesting. Normal seismic activity detected. Seismic disturbance at ruin site. there's the hit system at work. So you can see the game wants us to go to the Hive Totem as our first objective. There's some seismic activity going on there. Also, here's the overworld map. You can see that Tallon overworld where we just came from. And now we are in the Chozo ruins. Some more beetles going after us there. There's something that we need to take a look at. Be on the lookout for these glowing bits. These are Chozo lore. New Chozo lore entry has been downloaded, shipped, translated. The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Tallon IV made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We, Chozo, choose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our worlds from time to time. So that's one thing that changed between the different versions of Metroid Prime, is that the Chozo lore was reorganized to be in a more sequential order. Pillars have collapsed from erosion. Carbon dating cannot determine the age of these structures. So it is very, very old that not even carbon dating will let us know how old they are. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure the remastered version probably keeps the ordering that the trilogy version kept. But I might be wrong. They may have reorganized it again. Anyway, welcome to the Chozo ruins. Our first official area beyond Tallon IV. The Tallon overworld, I should say. On Chozo ruins on Tallon IV. So on that swoop, there were a couple of there's a missile expansion up there. We can't quite get to it yet. Do not have the capability to jump up and grab that. Got these beetles to deal with. Guy retreated into the ground, but don't worry, he'll pop back up out. Anyway, see, this game will definitely sort of guide you on the right direction. Passageway to Shrine. We see we can't get that way currently. It's covered by missile shields, so we must continue on there. Keep an eye out on the world for these half-pipe structures. They will definitely be something that is a reoccurring theme. Object rests at the top of a very smooth inclined slope. So yeah, that'll be something that we will have the capability to get in the future, but not right now. So we have a door to our right there. There is another object up there at the top there. Ledge object rests on cannot be reached from this room. There's a door behind it too. Door can only be opened from the other side. So another item that we yet cannot have the capability to get. Whenever you're in doubt, you can always check the map to see where their door is at. There's a door up there, but we cannot get to it yet. However, there is something over there that we can scan, if I can get close enough to it. According to the logbook, this is the War Wasp Hive, primary War Wasp dwelling. Only vulnerable to heavy weaponry. War Wasps build their homes over existing crevices, using whatever materials are close at hand. They carry building fragments back to the construction site with their forelegs and glue them into place with adhesives secreted from their abdomens. No carapace line there, eh? Ha ha ha. Alright. So, first door that we have access to, let's go ahead and enter it in. This is something that you will see in common very often here inside of Metroid Prime, is big rooms connected with narrow corridors. That was another way that the GameCube handled loading big areas, is they had these small loading zones in between, the small hallways that were easier to load. New creature downloaded here is the Scarab. Exploding parasites can embed their bodies in solid rock. Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of their swarm. When a hostile life form is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves in floors and walls. Embedded Scarabs violently self-destruct when threatened. So yeah, now that we do not have the Various suit, these guys will actually pack a little bit of a punch whenever they explode if you touch them. So you want to be a little bit weary about that. Another new enemy here. new creature, I should say. This is the Ion, a mobile organism entirely composed of ocular tissue, capable of launching sustained energy beams. When active, the Ion is sensitive to light and will close shut if a bright flash ignites nearby. So yeah, we can't currently kill them, but you shoot them once and they are stunned. So you can go ahead and move on from there. Go ahead and look around, move around because they are some on the wall, some on the ceiling. Ouch. I think one of them... Although I actually bumped into it by touching it, I think that's what happened. Anyway, there's another piece of lore there, but you're always going to want to make sure, look on the lookout for any enemies. There's a high concentration of poison in the tree leaves. Interesting. Yep, there's a beetle there, but before we go ahead and fight that beetle, we have another piece of Chozo lore. Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root in this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in other unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps, finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. So yeah, like I said, with the maneuvered the lore around to be in more sequential order. We had read that first one, definitely seemed like a bit of an origin story, and this one seems to be a continuation of that. So it's good to have. Another missile expansion there we do not have access to, but you can see there's a bit of a morph ball puzzle going on here. We do not have the morph ball right now, or bombs. For that's it, bombs. Structural integrity metal is stable, no flaws detected. But as this, structural weakness detected in sandstone block. Sandstone is definitely going to be a recurring piece of material that we'll be seeing in various objects as we move forward. Anyway, I hear something buzzing. Of course, it is these guys. They are the war wasps. Airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shearing steel. The war wasp rarely strays far from its hive unless it is pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive-bombing its enemy with stinger extended. Fast-working toxins from the stinger can incapacitate most small organisms. Ouch. Yes. War wasps are good to pay attention to with your radar, because you will be strolling around and you'll see one show up on the red orange dot on the radar. This was a mirror in the GameCube version. An ornate wall hanging with a highly reflective surfaces. It is not pure important. Fortunately, they did not keep its reflective surface to actually see Samus in it anymore, so cannot see that. Well, we have two options here for pursuing forward. There's a door there and a door over here. Let's see where this further door takes us. This further door will present us with a save station. So let's go ahead and save the game there. And, of course, the energy fully replenished. Very good. And you know what? We're a little short of 20 minutes, but I think that's actually a good stopping point for now, just to keep things flowing and safe. In the next part, we will dive deeper into the Chozo ruins. So I thank you all for watching, and hope you have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.